What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at Terra Luna. There's some pretty big news, another potential way out of this project, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to jump straight into this one. So look, 12,980 is the current price. We have seen a big bit of downward movement since the last time we talked about this a couple of days ago. Sorry, early on today. We're still seeing 1.26 in terms of the volume, so still a decent amount of volume going through, but the market has taken a bit of a hit today, so it's not completely out of the ordinary. You take a look at Bitcoin, in the same sort of time we did see this big sell-off of Bitcoin, but there has been another development in the ongoing saga, savior, whatever you want to call it, in terms of Terra Luna. So here are the amendments to the Terra revival plan. We'll take a look at the Terra station as well just a minute, but talks a little bit about kind of, you know, the whole ecosystem and kind of why it went wrong. But look, we're here to talk about the proposal. So the first one would focus on sprucing up the Genesis liquidity. This would primarily focus on shielding the smaller wallet holders that were holding Luna before the attack. There's a real divide between pre-collapse and post-collapse, and they want to do everything they can to try and support the people that basically lost an absolute shit ton of money. The liquidity has reportedly been pushed from 15% to 30%. This would further diminish the inflationary pressure in the future. So that's an interesting step forward to move that liquidity push to 30%. The second amendment of Terra will be to pave the way for a whole new liquidity profile for pre-attack Luna holders. The tweet read, for pre-attack UST holders, post-attack Lunas and post-attack UST holders, the initial liquidity parameters have been modified from 15 to 30. Introducing a new liquidity profile. Wallets with less than, with more than 10k, less than 10k will have the same Genesis liquidity as the above, i.e. 30% unlocked, and have the remaining 70% invested over 2 years with a 6-month cliff. So that's an interesting step forward. And then finally, the last one, Terra's last amendment is expected to lower the distribution to post-attack UST holders. This amendment decreases the allocation for UST holders after the attack from 20 to 15%. The DPEG surrounding the allocation is expected to stay on par with the original stakeholder allocation following this. In addition to this, the 5% change from diminishing the distribution to post-attack UST holders would be allocated directly to the community pool. So anyone that got in afterwards is going to be slightly worse off. Anyone who obviously was in before will benefit. Now, the big question is, where does the liquidity come from? What's the price going to be? Are we going to fork or not? And look, when we take a look in the Terra station, we have the governance votes going on. You can see we're now up to 4 votes. 1747 is the one we're talking about right now. The previous proposal tried to withdraw more from the community pool that was available, and hence the execution failed. So they are back voting on the remaining UST in the community pool, plus cross-chain liquidity incentive UST2, which I think is what kind of the bridge between Binance Smart Chain and equally the Terra blockchain. So dead interesting. Now it has to get to this quorum bit to kind of get it through. You can see that some of the voting rights here, 40% for the quorum, 50% is the pass threshold. The veto threshold is 33.40. 132 validators have not voted, only 12 had, with 1 abstaining. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see. 43 million currently have voted upon this, but quite a way to go. So this one's going to be dead interesting to see what happens. Like I said, we have got the Builders Alliance, which is the fork, which we all know Duquan is really pushing for. This one is going to end in 5 days. And the Reable, the IBC, ends in 1 day. And then we've got the Burn and Remedy fee with each Luna transaction. So this is the 3% with a potential additional 1% to deflate those minted tokens on the collapse of it. This one is submitted 6 days ago and it ends in 21 hours. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to get to the quorum bit. So the reality is this one probably won't move forward. Like I say, 50% is the pass threshold. So it's kind of all up in the air at the minute. We've obviously got these 3 proposals. We've got the fork. It's a bit crazy right now. Now, I still think that CZ Binance has got something to do with it, and he's certainly trying to onboard some of the brilliant projects that are on this blockchain. So we're going to have to really see what that looks like. And again, Binance CEO calls Terra's team decision stupid in new blog post. So this is kind of continuously sharing his views on the recent crash. In recently published blogs, CZ noted that his focus was to protect affected users on his platform, while highlighting that all proposed solutions to get Terra working again came with their flaws. And it would, of course it would. You know, it's the $30 billion market cap that now for the first time has dropped below 850 million. That's a huge difference, and one that's, you know, had ramifications across the entire cryptocurrency market. So it's going to be a dead interesting one. I don't think this is over. Lots of people are saying that it's done. People are moving on, and, you know, people are moving on, but we've still got to remember people lost a lot of money, and I still think there is a lot of money to make in this project right now. You know, 12,976. Are we going to see some pump? It's in line with Bitcoin. People are swing trading this all the time. And I think this development with CZ Binance will definitely start to come to fruition as we get nearer and nearer some of these votes passing or not, or we get some more voting that's coming in. Like I said, there's plenty of governance going in. And remember, to vote in these, you have to have the UST coin and you have to have in your wallet when you vote on there. So it's completely community driven, but obviously there will be an agenda from Duquan, so we're going to have to kind of wait and see what that happens. But it does feel like it's quite divided between what the community want and what he wants. And then you've got other people kind of chucking their 5 pence in. So going to be interesting to see. But ultimately, there are 3 main proposals or amendments to the Terra proposition. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see what that happens. What's my view? I think they're all interesting. I don't think anyone would remiss the post-attack victims getting less than the pre-attack ones. Like I said, some of those have lost unbelievable amounts of money. I think as long as people don't come out, you know, the people afterwards aren't worse off, then we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.